cinema. It's the only way to describe June 4th, 2025, arguably one of the greatest days of my life. It was one of the days I was just so blessed to be on the planet Earth and consuming the same art, reading the same literature, watching the same visuals we saw on our screen during that state of play. It was absolute cinema, and I sadly couldn't react to a thing. And if you know me, if you know the channel, you know that state of play was specifically tailored to your boy. So speaking of your boy, I am your boy Joseph, and today I'm going to give you guys a bit of a breakdown of what happened during the state of play, why I didn't react to it, and most importantly, the big news behind the scenes. So if you guys are curious and locked in, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below, as I have a lot of things coming onto the channel as we start moving towards our big rebrand, as you guys can probably tell from all the profile pictures and banners and whatnot changing. So let's get things started with what I was doing that day, which sounds a little boring, but I promise it's not. So I started my day pretty typically. I got the GameStop like pre-register thing. I had to run up and grab a little red slip for the midnight release. Otherwise, I assumed, I couldn't pick the console up during midnight. Now, everything was taken care of. Everything was cool. Took quite a bit of time getting through that line, you know what I'm saying? Which is why when I came back, the state of play was like at the halfway point of being over. And from there, I probably should have just fired up a stream and got things situated and started, but it just wasn't occurring to me. My significant other was cheesing, right? The second I walked in, cheesing, just straight big old grin, pretty rare. And they told me to just lock in, boot up the state of play, and just get to watching. I said, okay, I'll do just that. The first game they show, Loomies by the Enhanced team, okay? Loomies by the guys that made Tetris Effect. And if you know me, you know I love Tetris Effect. I love the psychedelic visuals. I like how trippy it is. It's fantastic in a VR environment, especially if you have like a PSVR 2 with that silky, all black OLED screen during some of the brighter moments and it pops. It just feels like fireworks are going off in there. It's fantastic. So seeing Loomies, a game franchise that kind of has been not well represented, not really seen in the Sony zeitgeist for quite some time, just blew my mind. So we're off to an incredible start. Soon followed by a new Suda51 project, out of which being Romeo is Dead, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that game. It looks absolutely fantastic. And I can tell from that first frame rate drop during the action, we were in for a Suda51 time. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, otherwise, it looks great. And the games they kept showing just got better and better and better. Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered, after years, literal years of these guys sitting on the NVIDIA leak, right? I was waiting for the day this would come, and it came, and it's coming out this year. September is stacked, by the way, and I just couldn't believe it. So, and it's fully voiced. They got Ben Starr on it. Like, they have so much great talent. I think Brianna White's on there too, Earth's voice actors. Like, it was fantastic. So I was blown away by all of the reveals. I was screaming. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But then then the ball really got rolling. They showed Pragmata. And I was one of the people that started dooming. I'll be honest. I was watching one too many Max Dude streams. I thought, hey, Pragmata's canceled. They canceled Deep Below. Capcom might have moved on from the project because of something internally. Maybe it was just too ambitious for this current state of generation of consoles. But no, it was running on PS5 Pro. It looks great. The dynamic between the little girl and the main character is going to be fantastic, I hope. Like, the trippy sci-fi visuals, the moon base. Like, I loved everything I seen. And the combat is just, it looks great. It looks great. Like, it definitely looked like it needed that time in the oven to cook. And now I'm seeing how well realized this art direction is, how cool the gameplay is going to be. I cannot wait to get my hands on a new IP from Capcom, which it feels like it's been quite some time since they've done something of this magnitude, and they're putting a lot of marketing and time into it. So I really do have faith that this game's going to be a sleeper banger, or maybe just a straight up banger. I think it'll just straight up be a banger. So hopefully something to inject some new life into the Capcom DNA. As it went on, we wrapped up, right? We're getting to the end, and I saw this like blue kind of tint. And so from the first frame, when there was the white and blue, I knew, hey, this is like Marvel. It's gotta be like Fantastic Four or something, right? I assumed, I was under the impression it was gonna be a Fantastic Four like video game, to kind of coincide with this First Steps movie coming out. And then I saw comic panels. There was like, do not draw on this line, stuff like that started feeling. I said, oh shoot, who could this be? Is this what I think it is? The second I saw the Arc System Works logo, my boys, I stood up, I walked to that corner of my room, and I just started bawling. getting misty eyed just thinking about it. I just started crying. You know, my sister was like, wait, what's going on? What's going on? You know, Ek was just like, what's going on? He walks over. It's like, is everything all right? I said, that stuff means something to me. That's what I'm talking about. I sit down. I see Marvel Games Waterworks. I'm bawling. I'm clutching my chest. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was a reaction that I don't even have words for. We've waited years for this moment, and I know it's not Marvel 4, but to me, it's something that I'm gonna be that guy. It's something a bit more beautiful. As someone who's been in the scene, who's relatively new to this scene, I came in around 2018. The game that put me in the FGC in the positions I'm in, the job I'm working now, is Dragon Ball FighterZ, right? I left Smash to play DBFZ. I grinded DBFZ. I loved DBFZ. Arc System Works, I was always a massive fan of. So seeing the reins get passed on, the torch being passed on to ArcSys, they said in the interview, Marvel Games and Sony said, ArcSys, we need you to make this. They told him, stop, don't even make it Western, just do you. Be yourself. And I've been flabbergasted, man. I've been like, oh my gosh. Like, I can't believe it. I literally cannot believe it. That Arc System Works, a company that's known for not having the biggest budgets, that's known for putting out and stretching those budgets to the absolute max with their incredible animation techniques, their diverse character movesets, the amount of things they're doing. I couldn't believe it. So now I'm in a world where we're getting a new Marvel game, and I'm seeing characters do things I couldn't even dream of. Cap's out here throwing his shield down and kicking it, doing crazy flips and dips. Iron Man dropping the beam super, he and the Hulkbuster now. Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, so they know ball. I literally was speechless watching the footage. They hit me with the 4v4 tag fighter. I popped to cinema. I gotta keep it a stack. I popped to Scorsese. I can't believe what was on my screen. I got no analysis. It's gas. It's gas. This is what I've been waiting for. This is the type of game I've been trying to play for years. And seeing the fusion of my two favorite genres, anime and tag, in the IP I adore, Marvel. Y'all know the vibes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the vibes. I just couldn't believe it. And like, as a tag guy, you guys know I did the tag fighting game retrospective. It shakes things up quite a bit. Now we got competition, and that's what fighting games should be. That's how the 90s fighting games were pushed to where they were, to innovate, to create, to become something better with each other, right? Tekken battling Virtua Fighter, you know, in a rivalry way, right? Trying to push themselves to improve. Street Fighter was out here battling Mortal Kombat, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the anime fighters that compete amongst each other, and they're in their own, you know, little circles in unique ways. So I couldn't believe it, right? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And now we're in a position where we're going to have not one, but two big tag game fighters in 2026, going into 2026. It blows my mind. Now to calm it down a little bit, there are some rumors that it may or may not be at EVO 2025 this year. I'm going to try my absolute darndest to get out there and cover that game, because I gotta play the new Marvel, man. I gotta play the new Marvel at any chance possible. Hopefully they do a demo. I think ArcSys is usually pretty good on demos, so I'm hoping there is some way for people to play the game. They'll probably do a beta test as well, just knowing how those kinds of games pan out. But seeing that it's a much bigger release than, say, a Street Fighter 5 situation, or honestly anything like ArcSys has done when Sony's collabed with these fighting game companies, to be honest, I think we'll see a pretty smooth rollout going into 2026. The real question is, what time period, right? Because clearly we don't want a game like TŌkon to miss EVO 2026, right? I'm assuming, like, the numbers, the new players we're going to get, it's going to be insanely massive, huge. So we'll just have to wait and see for now. Thank God for Marvel. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for Arc System Works. I can't believe we are in this timeline. Truthfully. And here's hoping CVS 3 reveal at Summer Game Fest. All right, with that all out the way, moving forward to some Switch 2 stuff, because I just want to quickly talk about this because it was a lot of fun. Went to the midnight release, had a absolute blast, you know, talking with people. having a good time, you know, just meeting all the like-minded Nintendo Switch enjoyers. Very exciting times to walk into a store and just, you know, be able to purchase the darn thing, you know, without too much hassle going through. Grabbing it was a breeze. Everyone at GameStop was nice. I picked up quite a couple games on launch. We got a Rune Factory, Guardians of Ozuma. I also happened to pick up Cyberpunk 2077. I want to say I got Street Fighter 6 on there as well. You know, something light, right? Something light. We got a nice little amount of Switch 2 games to keep me occupied as we roll into this new console launch. I'll be trying to get my hands on Donkey Kong Bonanza, although there's no promises. I'm still going to be a little on the fence with that one as we wait for reviews and other things to kind of filter through before I fully, you know, commit myself to a game of that nature. But for now, if you want my positive, you know, first impressions, they're great. They're great. It's a great console. I'm enjoying my time with it. Have not had any issues, and I'm even having fun with games I didn't think I would, which you'll see on the channel very, very, very soon. Well, that is about it for everything that I've got for you guys. Hope you enjoy this little mini channel update, so to speak. I just wanted to get it out there. I just wanted to praise the gospel, whatever you want to say, about how back we are. I've never felt this much genuine excitement in a minute for gaming and just in life, honestly. It's been very dour these last couple of months, and it's just so nice to just wake up, look over at my desk like, dang, Switch 2, fantastic. I checked Twitter. We're talking about a new Marvel game by Arc System Works. You know what I mean? And new people are already looking for the FGC. There's going to be an influx of players coming in from 2XKO that are going to, you know, play their first fighting game potentially. And just, I look around and I just see greatness, man. I just see people at the top of their craft and helping usher in a new age, really, that I've been waiting for with this scene. And we're here. You know, we've had games that kickstarted. Strive definitely did its part. Strive definitely brought in a lot of new players. Street Fighter 6 definitely did its part. The Sejam Slams, the content creation, the React tournaments in Japan. Don't think I forgot about those. And how many, or Rise tournaments in Japan, sorry, and how many people they've brought in just to casually spectate and enjoy the artistry that goes on in one of the best genres in gaming, and seeing it be celebrated on such a massive stage, seeing people just fall in love with Eastern game design again over these last couple years has been so heartwarming for someone who's like predominantly focuses on that realm of gaming. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, like, comment, subscribe. I have a ton of stuff soon. I'm sorry if this was a bit rambly. I just really wanted to get my thoughts out there and laid bare, because gosh darn am I glad we are back.